MzeroA Nation, how do you prepare for working in a crew environment versus flying solo? What's going on, MzeroA Nation? I'm Matthew.
Martin here.
And today we're talking about the caveats of flying in a crew environment versus operating in a single pilot environment.
When you're flying single pilot, the most important thing to do is to stay ahead of your aircraft and be well prepared. This always starts with your pre-flight. You want to make sure that you're checking your aircraft, the weather, and you're comfortable with all the airports and airspaces you will be flying through. This always starts at the very beginning with the I am safe checklist. You want to make sure that you're healthy and ready to go on your flight. Also, make sure you have all your charts open and available in case you should lose situational awareness. It is a must to be proficient with your aircraft and with the avionics you have installed in it. Have all your checklists just in case you need them for an emergency or an abnormal situation. Last but not least, prioritizing tasks is also as important as the rest. Make sure you aviate, navigate, and last, communicate. Let me ask you this question, Matthew. Do you think two pilots are better than one?
That is a great question, and I think having two pilots is an excellent idea. It's important, in order to work in a crew environment successfully, both pilots have to be on the same page and understand each of their responsibilities.
Absolutely,
I think that starts with the pre-flight briefing. It's very important to have a thorough pre-flight briefing and be able to assign each of the duties to all the pilots in the aircraft. Having a clear understanding who will be pilot monitoring versus pilot flying, and understand what will happen in an emergency. Who's going to fly the aircraft? Who's going to run the checklist? Who's going to talk to ATC? All these things are very important to have in the flight deck. That way, when something does come up, we know exactly what our duties are. Another thing is sterile flight deck. Now you have two pilots in the aircraft. During those critical phases of flight, we have to make sure we're maintaining on mission and not talking about random things that we shouldn't be talking about when we're coming into land or something like that. So some things to keep in mind when you're working in a crew environment. What are some things that you do to prepare for your flights? Let us know in the comments below, and remember, a good pilot is always learning.